Welcome to Life Strategies with Michael. Michael is a well-known published author of the books God's Healing Hands, Volume 1 and 2, a certified life coach, counselor, and consultant. What are your first thoughts when a storm hits your life? What are your reactions to setbacks and conflicts in your relationships? Do you resort to old habits to deal with your stress, or do you lean on God? On today's program, Michael will be discussing how God will fight our battles from his book, God's Healing Hands, Volume 2.
Hello, Coach Michael here. Today I want to talk about how God will fight your battles. What's your first thought when a storm hits your life? If you're like me, your first thoughts are negative and pessimistic. My first thoughts are usually, come on, not again, just when things are going good. Or I'll say, come on, God, not now. I mean, really? I'm the first to admit that it's not easy to keep an optimistic attitude when I experience a loss or a setback. The tendency for me to revert back to old ways of thinking and even picking up old habits to help me cope seems to increase. I was resting on a float in a pool the other day, and for some reason, God drew my attention to how I was just floating. I was surrendered as the water moved me all around the pool. Then I thought, this is how I need to be when storms hit my life. Submitted and still. How do you react when God says, time for a challenge? Do you go into a trust mode? Do you keep your mind focused on the fact that God knows and sees the big picture? Keeping a positive mindset in the midst of transition and change isn't easy. Try to keep in mind that blessings do come, but you're responsible for laying the groundwork first. You know what it's called? It's called keeping the faith. Just keep in mind that God has already paved a path for you. He goes ahead of us. Fight the discouraging, insecure, and weak-minded faithless thoughts. Don't let them dominate your thinking. Negative thoughts deplete your faith and energy. It's like walking around with a 100-pound weight on your back while you're trying to climb a ladder. Hey, here are 3 things that I want you to consider. Number 1, or even to think about. The Lord is on my side. I will not fear what mere man can do to me. The Lord taketh my part with them that help me. Therefore I see my desire upon them that hate me. That's Psalm 118, verse 6 and 7. Number 2, view your negative event as temporary situation. Make sure that it doesn't affect the other areas of your life. Don't personalize the situation. It rains on the just and the unjust. And number 3, make sure your interpretations of the situation are seen through the eyes of faith and grounded in reality. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's program. If you would like to learn more about trusting God in times of adversity, you can purchase Michael's books on Amazon.com under Michael Barbarulo, God's Healing Hands, Volume 1 and 2. You can also check us out on Facebook under God's Healing Hands and YouTube under Coach Michael Life Strategies. If you're interested in learning more about life coaching services, upcoming classes on anger management, weight management, and Lose It for Life seminars, please contact Life Strategies Consulting at area code 518-506-1472.